Hi, this is Karen Tax, and I'd like to talk with you about whether the changes that you want to see happening in the world are actually happening, and whether or not the effort, the time, and the energy that you are putting into creating change is actually making a difference. I know that this is a question that's been really challenging for me over the years of putting a lot of energy and effort into creating change and wondering whether or not I was making a difference. And I'm just thinking that there might be a few of you out there who maybe are feeling the same way given some of the things that are happening in the world right now. And what I want you to know is that you're not alone, number one, that there are a lot of people who are feeling that way. And it may be that you like the current political climate change that's happening and you're hoping that the people in office are going to rescue and save the day and come in and make the things that you want to see happen. Or maybe you're one of those people who is terrified by what's going on and you want to see something different happening. And you want to know, what can you do, right? So I have been in the business of creating change for a lot of years. And honestly, I was scared with the change in our political direction recently in the U.S. And what I want to say is that I got through that initial fear and got to a point of feeling very confident because I have seen a lot of change happen. I've created a lot of change intentionally, good, positive alternatives to difficult situations in my personal life and in the lives of my clients in work organizations that I consult with. I have seen things happen, so I just went back to, I know how to make change happen. I have become really good and confident in this. And at the same time, some pretty terrifying things are still happening. And so I want to talk a little bit about my hope, what I see as possible for us in the world now, and to invite you all to be hopeful and be positive and be confident in our ability to create change, the change that we want to see happening in the world. So I want to share some information with you that is something that I've been speaking with a client about recently. This is a corporate client. This is something that's coming from, I would say, the best of American manufacturing right now. And I think this gives us a simple model to work with that will give us a good example of how positive change really can happen. So what I'm doing now is showing you a slide that I have gone through with one of my corporate clients who is very interested in root cause analysis. So what they want to have happen is permanent problem solving to problems that come up as part of their manufacturing facility. And the I Am Essence Map is one of the tools that I have created that I was working with them on. So this is the I Am Essence Map, this purple and gold. The outside part represents fear and scarcity. I would say it's the shadow parts of who we are, the parts of us that don't believe that change is possible, that have fears and doubts about that. The inner part here represents the best of who we are, or what I call your essential best. That's our talents, our values, our motivations, our passions, our interests, the things that bring us alive and keep us engaged in life in healthy and productive ways. So I call the orange your essential best, and the purple is drama. So what we've been talking about is, with my client, is how when we are out in drama, we're reacting. And that generally looks like blaming someone, being in some sort of conflict. So either I'm going to get what I want or you're going to get what you want. there's usually some sort of compromise or sacrifice that's going on here when it comes to getting at a root cause of a problem. It's like there's blame instead of learning happening. And the shift we've been talking about, and that these folks have been embracing and really taking on and seeing a huge difference in their organization with, is to shift from reacting to responding, which is what happens when you start moving from drama into your essential best. So that instead of doing a knee-jerk reaction to a problem, you take a pause, take a deep breath, calm your nervous system, tap into those better parts of yourself that are more capable of problem solving than that reactive part of you. And then from there, there's a further shift that I talk with people about, which is stepping more fully into your essential best, into that loving, abundant, creative, resourceful part of who you are, to look at the problems that are going on. And why this is important in root cause analysis and problem solving is that when you're reactive, when you act from drama, you tend to create more drama. When you stop and respond and then move into creating, you're able to not only tap into the better, best versions of yourself, you're able to tap into that with other people as well and look at what's going on systemically. When we react, we tend to be at war, in conflict, battling with the situation. When we're creating, we are being resourceful. We're looking at the big picture. We're seeing the context of what's going on. And we are actually able to get at root cause issues that solve a systemic problem. Generally, something that is wrong is not one single thing. So I'll give you an example of what this can look like, say in the political environment. It could be somebody's reacting and blaming people who are greedy for the problems of the world. Or it could be blaming environmentalists for causing difficulty for businesses and being successful, right? It can look a lot of different ways. It could be your innovative idea in your organization isn't being heard because the people around you are not listening to you, right? It's all the same kind of thing going on, which is I don't know how to talk about how I see this. I don't know how to step out of blaming other people or being at war with this situation and step into being really creative and resourceful. So the first step to creating real change is to be able to step out of you, me, out of this reactive place and into this creative place. And scarcity thinking, right? Either or. Either I'm going to get what I want or you're going to get what you want is what it is that we're getting out of into what I want to say to everyone is a whole new reality where from abundance I get what I want and you get what you want. So as we move forward, solving the problems that we have, it could be the manufacturing organization who is already doing this brilliantly, or it could be your innovative idea. It could be in the political arena. It could be how it is that you're going about making money in the world, right? To support yourself with your precious and brilliant gifts, right? To do it in a way where you're confident that you're going to be able to create what it is that you want or create the change that you want. And what I want to invite you to is knowing that the old ways that we've been doing this are no longer working. The scarcity battle and resisting and fighting and duking it out are not working anymore. It's time for us to be done with it. It is so costly and expensive. Now, what I also want to say is I can't be bad. You can't be bad for being in drama, right? This is like, if I get mad at me for being like this, then actually what I'm doing is I'm not learning from the gift of the drama that's happening. So a key part of this is to know that the drama is useful. Not make it an enemy, but make the drama an ally that we use to bring out the genius, the gift, the brilliance in each and every one of us and find true common ground. So the way we've been doing this in scarcity thinking is to compromise, which from scarcity looks like I get what I want and you've got to suck it up and go along with me because I'm the majority, right? That's what compromise really is. From the perspective of abundance, what we have is I get what I want and you get what you want. And because we're both confident in our ability to create what we want, we're able to flex and be resilient in the ways that that can look like. So like this manufacturing organization, we're able to be creative and find systemic solutions to what's going on rather than just battling and duking it out. We see this happening in the corporate world. We see this happening in families. We see it happening in politics. And the place for us to step out of this and into a new story, a new paradigm of abundance, of being able to create what it is that we really want in the world, means that me and you step into a new story that we want to create, which is one where there is no compromise and there is no sacrifice. I'm not going to sell off a part of my soul to be a part of the corporation. I'm not going to make you sacrifice your values in the political arena so that I get my way. Compromise and sacrifice are factors of scarcity thinking that it's time we move beyond. Now, one of the things that I've heard is, oh, Karen, you're so idealistic, right? Like this is pie in the sky stuff. Let's be realistic. Don't you know that nothing is free in this world and you have to work hard and, you know, all of these words of wisdom that we get from people with experience. And what I know is, yes, it takes some hard work and struggle and suffering that we're creating in this battle of duking it out. Those things are not required. They're not necessary. As a matter of fact, they just keep us in the drama. So the idea of us being able to have this world be big enough, abundant enough, and actually we need each and every one of us, our gifts, our talents, to be parts of the pieces of the puzzle that we need to put together to create the solutions that are possible for us. And I'm talking about this from a perspective of experience. This is not pie in the sky, oh, wouldn't it be nice? This is stuff I've created in my personal life, with individual clients and with corporate clients, where people are stepping up and being able to be brilliant and be different. Not trying to create order and something that makes sense by making people fit into boxes or putting them into categories, which sort of crams people into these smaller and smaller spaces. But instead, we create order by tapping into the brilliance of each and every person who's involved in whatever it is that's at hand. So I offer this up as a vision of hope, as a vision of possibility, and a vision of reality that many of us are experiencing today, now. It's not something that we have to wait for. It's something we know how to do now. So if you want to know more about it, let me know. The process that I've developed is called the I Am Way. It's really amazing stuff, what we're doing. And it's not about cramming somebody into a process that's the I Am Way. It's about you discovering your I Am Way and everyone doing that in their way and aligning those energies, discovering your genius so that you can be happy and influential and successful at work or in whatever the situation is that you're working in, so that you create what it is that you passionately care about in the world. Again, let me know if you have any questions, if you want to know more, if you have any comments or thoughts about this. I'd love to know what you're thinking and we will continue this conversation. This is just the beginning for me of putting more information about this out into the world. I will have more videos coming. Thanks so much.